Command Sergeant Major Stout, Joseph E. Jr., one each reports, hailing from Gordonsville, Tennessee by way of Trenton, New Jersey. Battery, attention, huh!
Cold, still, prepare to move forward!
Joe Stout signing out.
So, you know, I have two nicknames, right? So, you know, it's the Airborne Messiah. And then, of course, you know, I come in peace, right? Buzz Lightyear.
Buzz
I got to
Lightyear.
tell you them stories because they're both funny in their own right, or unique. We'll put it that way. So the Airborne Messiah story, man. So one day, sitting out there in Charlie Battery in the Stinger platoon, waiting on a formation about 5 o'clock or so, because, you know, one of the rare occasions that a first sergeant runs over with his meeting, because I know as a first sergeant, I never did that, right? Right. But yeah, I see the thumbs up. Is everybody on the camera going to see that with your grin? Yeah. So anyway, we're out there waiting around. And I think it was, you know, it's Velton Locklear, right? So like Marlon Conklin, all the guys were there in a platoon sergeant meeting. And so Rob Maggot, he's out there. And of course, you know, Rob's a walking Aesop, right? You know, to this day, guys are walking Aesop. And he starts just, you know, spitting out questions. What is this? What about that? How many of this? And people are answering. And so he asked a question and somebody answered it and it was wrong. And I said, no, it's whatever it was. I can't even remember what the question or the answer was. And Ray Hargrove, in his wildly sarcastic tone, man, you are the shit. You are the Airborne Messiah, right? So like, you know, we all laughed it off, you know, we're like, oh, okay, the Airborne Messiah. So dude, literally, I thought, okay, no big deal, whatever. It was funny, you know, we all formations done. So like a week later, T-Bone and Grishkowski from Bravo Battery come over and they're like, hey man, I hear you're the Airborne Messiah. I'm like, what? So, and all of a sudden like grew like wildfire. Next thing I know, like everybody's calling me the Airborne Messiah. So, you know, I kind of rolled with it. Okay, I'm the Airborne Messiah, you know? So anyway, I go down to JRTC and, there's like 24 OCs down there and like 20 of them from division at some point in time, right? Well, Grishkowski and T-Bone were already down there. So they had already kind of prepped the battlefield, unbeknownst to me, right? So, you know, I get down there and like, oh, hey, this is the Airborne Messiah, you know? Okay. So one of the guys down there, Clay Wilson's like, nah, man, they can't all know he's the Airborne Messiah. I'm like, no, really, they do. So he comes up to do a rotation and he runs, he's supposed to be doing I can't remember if it was Alpha or Charlie, but anyway, he ran into Grace. And the Grace says to him, hey, you work with Stout? He said, yeah. He said, hey, how's the old Airborne Messiah doing? So Wilson calls me up. Holy shit, it's true, man. You are the Airborne Messiah. So, and it just went, man. I'm like, okay, whatever. So anyway, I thought that was kind of a crazy thing because it just all started out as a fluke, man. Nobody, you know, it wasn't like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna. It just was kind of funny. And next thing you know, man, it's just nationwide. Pardon the pun, right? So that was the story.
You're gonna be on Jimmy Kimmel next week.
Yeah, right. So anyway, so fast forward now. I leave JRTC and I go up to Alaska, right? And me and my platoon leader and the guy who was my senior squad leader, a guy by the name of Tom Strickland, are all supposed to go down to a CPX at Fort Lewis. So I pull up to pick up the LT about 4 o'clock in the morning, rap on his door, and him and his wife both come to the door. And when he opens up his door, he's looking at me like really, you know, like concentrating. I'm like, hey, oh, wait, sir, what's going on? And then his wife comes out and they're both looking at me. And then they kind of look at each other, you know, and I'm like, you know, what the hell's going on with you guys? What, you know, I'm thinking to myself, what kind of craziness is happening here? And he says, what do you think? She says, yeah, I think so. And I'm like, you think what? What do you think? She said, well, my platoon sergeant is Buzz Lightyear. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about, sir? Who's this? They said, have you not seen this movie, Toy Story? I'm like, no,